Hello everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot. Although today this will be a Lenormand reading, and I am going to do a grand tableau on the Arizona Recount. One of my dearest clients and subscribers, Mark, had recommended it, and it's such a great idea. I don't know why I didn't dive into it before. But I want to look at how it's going to go for Arizona and cyber ninjas, and also for the GOP. This because it was a GOP-led, Senate decision to do this, and I'm wondering, are they going to try and do this in other states, or what's the GOP's future? Is also what I want to know, based on their their gumption to do this, to do this in Maricopa County. Are they going to try and do it in other states? And if so, how will that go for them? So I hope I can get all those questions answered within the grand tableau, but we'll see. So that's it. I'm going to drop the camera down and get started. Okay, so I decided to not put a time frame on it. If I were doing a future reading for any one of you, we would decide, is it 9 weeks or 9 months or 9 years, and each column would be, either that. But I decided to leave it open as to time, and go more with those questions of how's it going to go, for Maricopa County and cyber ninjas and the state of Arizona. And is the GOP going to try this in other states? Because of course Trump's already getting all excited about that. And I also decided to make, because there's a man and woman card in this deck, or in all Lenormand decks, and I'm going to make the man card to be Trump and the woman card to be cyber ninjas. Okay. So bear with me while I draw the cards, and of course I'll timestamp it as to when the cards are all laid out. I'll just set the intention to remember that. If I forget, you guys feel free to yell at me. How is this going to go? What will be the end result with this recount in the state of Arizona and for the GOP? There is nothing grand about that old party. Nothing at all. Especially since they have hitched their wagon to Trump. With the exception of Liz Cheney and a few others. But anyway, that's another story. Okay, yep, first card up. Something's wrong. Got the fox, the moon, child, man, there's Trump, storks, snake, key, stars, scythe, tower, which is very different in the Lenormand than the tarot, mice, bear. I'm hoping, well, we'll see if I have to scooch them up any further. Mountain ring, tree, sun, ship, crossroads. I don't think I need to, I do need to move these up. I don't think I need to keep telling you what these cards are, because I'm going to speak to the houses that the cards land in as kind of like a, search and rescue operation to see what the heck is really going on and what will the end result be. And we do know that cyber ninjas is not transparent, and they're not qualified to do this job. And the latest news has been that laptops and computers have been left open. Well, that's very telling right there. Left open and unattended. Yay, they all fit. Okay, great. All right. Chopstick time. Okay, so the man is Trump. The man card, I decided for it to be Trump. He's in the house card. I mean, in the house. And the house, of course, is the foundation and the family foundation. It can be like a home office, which is where he is in Mar-a-Lago. And he has control. This is telling, this entire spread is telling that he's the one that put this all in motion. This isn't just something the GOP came up on their own. Well, maybe a few of them did. Who knows? Maybe Kevin McCarthy's in there. Maybe any other ones that visit him at Mar-a-Lago all the time. And maybe it's not even any one of them. Who knows who it is? But he's the one that has controlled all of this. He's controlling by creating this huge obstacle, which is in the house of child, which just means new. This is Trump creating a new obstacle. And he has a hidden agenda with the book card here in the house of paths, which is a crossroads card, or crossroads house, which is all about, distractions, basically, is what I'm gonna call it. This is a alternative facts. A hidden agenda with a distraction, and then reading down further, we've got the house card in the house of sun. So again, he's trying to be successful. He has a hidden agenda for his success, and he's trying to firm up his foundation. But we have the cross, which is very painful, and it's full of guilt, right next to, and in a diagonal here. The woman card is, remember, I assigned it to be Cyber Ninjas, and she landed, Cyber Ninjas landed in the house of Mountain. Mountain, like I said, is in the house of Child, so it's like the new obstacle. Cyber Ninjas have just thrown up this obstacle. They're like a hidden enemy. They're secret, and they're secret enemy. And they, I don't know what they're being paid. I do know that it's costing the state and taxpayers. Man. And he's guilty of all this, and it's just all about him trying to shore up his foundation. And the cross card being in the house of Lily, that just shows his guilt and his Alzheimer's, his dementia, his brain with the birds here that doesn't work, and his communication skills even. His wisdom is just gone, and he's being abusive with the whip card here in the house of man, and he's the man in the house of, house, where he just wants that solid foundation. So this is the abusive man that has called for this on Cyber Ninjas, which, remember, I assigned the woman card to, and the woman is right there. So right now, I can tell you for sure, well, for entertainment purposes only, YouTube, Donald John Trump has thrown in this obstacle using Cyber Ninjas, and he's the one that called them. He's the one that called Cyber Ninjas. He's the one that's guilty of it. And this is just a huge secret obstacle investigation. With the book here, we're dealing with something unknown, something hidden, something secret, something that there will be a large study of. But it's thrown in this obstacle to, of course, counting the votes. Counting the votes. Where's the letter card? The letter card would be, it's 27 right here, and it's on the same line. So if we just follow this, let me follow the cyber ninjas for a while. Trump paid them, or got them going, and somebody is trying to pay, somebody is, yeah, no, I think Trump flooded them some cash somehow. Probably from his campaign slush fund and from all the grifting he's been doing. And they just devised this secret operation to do this. So they put their heart and soul into it, and they said, yeah, we'll do it. The heart card, for what they care about, what pumps this whole, because it's landed right here in the center, pumps the juice, the flow, the life force into this whole reading, is in the house of mice, which is stealing. It's fraud. It's ruin. It's, something that just eats away at it. It's destructive. So the destructive, ruinous heart had a goal with the anchor card here. Yeah, the anchor and then the heart, because they wanted a certain outcome. So they're hell-bent on a certain outcome. And wanted this opportunity with the clover here to again, they committed. So they had the goal and the commitment to throw all this, like subterfuge, this obfuscation with the clouds here, this confusion into the votes. Here we have the clouds in the house of book. And remember, the book is in the house of the crossroads and the choices. And so here we are with these secret choices that were made between Trump, because it's underneath his column here. And they decided to, go for it because they've been paid. We've got the fish here in the house of garden, so we're talking like social discourse, interactions. Yeah. Wow. Ooh, and the mice. Wait, where was the mice? No, here with the heart. That's right. The heart is in the house of mice. So there's that fraud, ruin, loss, lies, absolute lies, and stealing. And what's in the mice card with the stealing is in the house of whip. So that's abuse and this just repetitive. So the plan is, right here, I can tell you, the plan is from Trump is to spread this out into other states. Right here. To do this a lot. To take this plan, to whip it up and abuse the whole system, the strength of the American vote, and what Americans choose with birds. We're dealing with how we communicate and how we think. And we've got this abusive, powerful, well, he thinks he's powerful, but he's, I've read on him so many times, you guys, I don't think he's going to live through any of this to get to 2024. But the man, this is Trump, who's abusive and will bully anybody to get what he wants, and he will pay anybody to get what he wants, and then here we have the card of abuse in the house of man again. So these all tie together as a diagonal right here. The abusive man who will pay and bully and block, block and to have this hidden agenda, because it's what he wants. He wants to get back in the White House, and I don't know why. Maybe he would have some more protection. I don't know. I mean, why does he really want to do that? I think he just wants to win for the sake of winning. I don't think he really thinks things through. He's driven by his bloviating, unhealthy, overblown ego. And with the rider, I mean, the fox being in the house of rider, the fox is about something's wrong. Is absolutely something wrong. And what's wrong is this, with the moon, this creative endeavor, this public recognition and honor and reputation of this very immature man. We have the child card in the ship house, which has to do with foreign influence. So this could be the little man in the foreign country called Russia. We all know who that is. Who influences the house of Trump and calls the shots. Because we have the little man here on top of the, hanging over the bear, which is also Russia, and calling the shots on Trump, the boss of Trump. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's Russia who found this cyber ninja group, and that's part of what's hidden right here with the book card. But going forward, what it will produce is this confusion and distraction and obfuscation of this secret, underhanded deal that's going on about the votes. And the letter card, which indicates the votes, lands in the house of letter and votes. So this is this obfuscation of information and votes. And so I don't feel like I need to spend too much time on any of these other cards. Let's look at what's going forward with. Let's focus on these 9 cards around Trump. So he does, well, maybe he doesn't really have control, because maybe his control is blocked by Putin. This is Putin here, right here, these 2 cards. And his relationship commitment, because he's been in bed with Putin forever. The ring is in the house of Fox. Yeah, the fox is in the friggin' hen house. The hen house is the White House, used to be in the White House. Yeah, this is Trump's relationship with the fox. Remember, the fox is the fraud, is the blackmailer, is the backstabber, is the guy with the hidden agenda or woman with the hidden agenda, is the scam artist, is the con, is the spy. I think you catch my drift. So I didn't expect to get this, but it's clear to me now that this whole thing, this whole Arizona recount and into the any other swing state, is a Putin-led craft. Wow. Yeah. Okay. And that's the secret that has been like pumping this entire thing. That's the heart, the pump of this entire goal. Now, the storks, which is all about change, is in the house of tree. Tree is right here. Tree is about karma. The tree has to do with the brain, the way things work, the system. So this is Trump and his backing by Putin that is trying to change the system. The system, the brain, landed in the house of bear. There we are, back again to Russia. And what's hanging over the house of bear is the snake. And the snake is in the house of clouds. Clouds, so remember, clouds is confusion, subterfuge, things that are hidden, things to create doubts, things to distort, things to make everything uncertain and confusing. And Geez, I haven't even gotten into the knighting technique to look at other things. I don't know if I even need to, because it's pretty clear. But anyway, the snake is the betrayer, is the complicator, is the detours. It's toxic. It's the enemy. This is the enemy here. Now, here we go with the knighting. 1 down and 2 over. The obstacle of the distractions and the danger and the enemy. This is Putin again. This system. And what was in the clouds was in the house of book. Yeah, secret. Secret distractions, secret confusions. Yeah. So this is Putin and Trump all over the state of Arizona. And there is a plan to continue it on. And all these GOP compromised representatives and senators are in on it because they're compromised. But we have the sun and the key right here. And the key is in the house of snake. So the snake will be exposed and exposed. The sun is in the house of stars. Somehow it's going to come out online. The stars is in the house of coffin. So information from the web, the worldwide web of beautiful intelligence that we have with other countries will end this bullshit. And I will not apologize for that curse word. I mean, is treason a better word? Do anybody with delicate ears, do you prefer treason? Sorry, this is bullshit. And it's foreign, this foreign influence here with a ship underneath the stars. And in the house of Stork. So the change that, again, if I didn't get the message about Putin back here, I'd get it here in the front or at the end. If I didn't get it in the front, I'd get it in the end. Putin trying to create the change. And the ship knights over to the snake. So the foreign betrayer. This is Putin all over it. I hope what this is saying is that Intel will end this issue and it will get to Biden, and Biden will have another more sanctions on Russia. But man, let's keep the people of Russia in our prayers. Let's send them lots of love and strength and abundance because they're up against a monster. But right here in this line, it's all going to end because we will have worldwide support and the intention to remove this foreign opportunistic influence that's been going on for a long, long time. With this string right here, of course, if anybody's learning Lenormand, we've got a diagonal right here. And then the end result here is that there's going to be some, you know what? These two cards right here have to do with internet computer hacking, data scraping. Data's here in the letter card. Removing the choice. Okay, so to have the loyalty, to have the choice for loyalty with other foreign countries, and removing the choice for the ability to have the opportunity to scrape the data. Wow, so there's more going on than just this, dang, I didn't think about that. Is Russia scraping the data off of these voter ballots? I mean, well, they're supposed to be, I know when I vote, everything's by mail here in Oregon, and my name is nowhere on the ballot. You just sign the envelope, and But I guess, you know, data scraping is data scraping, whether or not it's your identity. It's how you, it's what you voted on, I suppose. I don't know. I think I'll just let that go. If that's something important, it'll come out later. But here's the good news. This whole thing right here, I always assigned this last card here, the last, very last card, to be the answer card. And the answer is that it will end. It will fail. We've got the coffin card, and the coffin is all about a painful ending. It's a big change, but there's been suffering. It's also a card of dismissal in this case. So this information, data scraping, all this other crap that Cyber Ninjas is up to. Here we go. This is, besides the woman card that I assigned to be Cyber Ninjas, here's a Cyber Ninja, the fox. This is a Cyber Ninja right at the beginning. And they're the ones in the Rider House that has them moving towards something that's wrong and headed in the direction of, like, you know, away from what the United States needs. God, who are these people? You know, they're in bed with a foreign country. How do they sleep at night? And they certainly don't believe in more than one lifetime, because they're not looking at their karma that they've created that's going to come down on them. So you know what, you guys, you can bank on the fact that they will be betrayed in their own lives this lifetime, and who knows how many going forward, until they get the lesson. Betrayal is the thing that they will go through. So, but anyway, so as far as the end result, it's going to end in a really painful way. Loyalties will end as well. Help will even end, because the dog is in the house of anchor. So loyalties are strongly held. We've got flowers in the house of fish. So there's a lot of surprising results that are going to come through. Yeah, the key is, the truth is, we can say yes to the fact that it'll all end in a very peaceful way, even though it's distracting now, and even though it's confusing. And but we've got this dark side over here onto the, moving on to the information. What was in the, yeah, letter in the house of letter, yeah. So dark information will come out and end this whole thing. And it'll be a very painful ending, because the coffin card is extremely painful. It's an ending, and it's going to be a painful ending no matter what. It can be, you know, a card of divorce. It can be a card of suffering, like I said. It's ruled by Pluto and Scorpio. And, you know, the transformation doesn't happen until you go through the painful ending with this card. It's all about loss. And remember, this was to, you know, the whole operation. The question was, is the GOP going to try this in other states? And if so, how would it go for them? Well, painful, painful ending for them. And it's in the house of cross. So cross is about guilt. And it's the most painful ending. These two cards together just, you know, double, triple, quadruple the energy of guilt. And, you know, it's their cross to bear. It's their self-responsibility. It's their burden and their grief. And this is the GOP. So people won't trust them anymore. 1 over and 2 up, knighting here. They will be seen for what they've tried to do. It will be revealed. And it's not going to go well. It's not going to go well. It's like, you know, we've got another whole, this is worse than the Mueller report, you know. And this was just a test. That's how autocratic dictators, you know, and I know that's a redundant term there, but that's how they roll. They test things out, and they see if will we stand up and fight, or will we just kind of roll down? Will we lay down and let it roll over us? Well, you know what? I don't think it's going to land well, and I think there's going to be a major problem. Because of the scythe up here. Oh, you know what, you guys? I forgot to read the four corners. So the four corners, the four cards at each corner, frame the information, and can also be seen as kind of like the the karmic line, the way I read it anyway. But anyway, the message is, with whip here, it's abuse, it's repetitive abuse that they have been trying to, they're thinking, the GOP is thinking to do this in other states. And, repeat the abuse and the manipulation and the lies. We could look at this as being the big lie, right here, the big lie being pulled over the public. And it's an opportunity, because it's in the House of Clover, so it's an opportunity by that little man in Russia over Trump, and he's trying this big obstacle that he's trying to create. But anyway, repetitive abuse is going to create something that clears it all out. Oh God, it's a tool. This repetitive abuse, lies, manipulation is a tool that will end. It will end. It will die. So there you go. There's the process. Okay. So in summary, this is not going to work well for the states. For Arizona, and it will not repeat in the other states, even though that was their intention, but it will end, and in a very, very painful way. And the people who are guilty are, at the top, are Trump and Putin, and the compromised GOP representatives and senators. We used to think that it was about a third of them that were compromised. Now it's looking like it's way more. So I think money was funneled. You can look at my other grand tableau that I did on the flow of money that went into the GOP and where it came from. And so, yeah. And of course, well, the wonderful comments. Yes, of course, the NRA was in there as well. But, okay, so I'm going to close this up. It doesn't look good for the GOP, and I don't think it's going to keep going. But we will have to fight to continue, and it is. We're going to have to continue to fight. Oh, man. Got to get away from the man, the establishment. The slave traders, slave masters. But that, that's happening. So, okay, I'm going to close this up and get it uploaded for you guys. Hope everyone's doing well. Take good care. Bye.